Hello everybody and welcome back to the New Hampshire Business Show. My name is Chris Pastrana and today I'm joined with Ian Poirier of Bob & Sons Automotive.
That's me. Good
How's it
afternoon.
going?
Excellent. Good to be here.
Okay, so let's talk. Let's tell a little bit about yourself.
Excellent. Yeah. So I've been in the auto industry for 10 years myself. My family, we're of a third generation auto repair business. My grandfather started the business in 1964. My dad took it over about 15 years ago. So it's in our blood. We're a small auto repair shop on the west side of Manchester, not far from Goffstown. We serve the greater Manchester area, Bedford, Goffstown, Derry, Auburn, Ware. We work on all makes and models. Repair, not auto body. That's a common misconception in our industry. There's two separate entities. And we also sell used cars as well, quality used cars to our customers. And we do pretty well, and our customers love us and they keep coming back.
Good, awesome. Yeah. So now we know a little about you. So this is a fun area to talk about because, like I said, we were talking about beforehand, I was in car sales, so I understand a little bit about that end of things.
Yep.
And I've seen a lot of crazy things over
yeah.
the years. Yeah. So I guess we could talk a little bit about finding a good mechanic. That's something probably people have on their minds.
Absolutely.
So, because your car breaks, you don't know where to go, you don't know who to call,
yep.
You don't know what to do, who to trust, so forth like that. So
yeah.
I guess that's a good area to start.
Social media, right? Reviews rule the world. That's what I would recommend. If you're not in the greater Manchester area, you don't want to come to Bob & Sons, go online, Google. Reviews are generally a pretty clear snapshot of what a company's really going to be. There's always going to be outliers, that some people that aren't going to be happy, but if you've got a really good rating, a general consensus of people that say, yeah, this place is trustworthy, they're honest, they do what they say they're going to do, then that's probably where I would start. Or refer a friend, someone you trust, a family member or a friend. They say, listen, I've been going to this place for a couple of years. They've been doing great work. It's cost effective, and I trust them. That would be the best advice I could give to somebody. We really strive to be the best we can be, especially on as far as reviews go. We've got 75 Google reviews. We've got a 4.9 rating, 4.9 star rating on Google. So it means a lot to us, and it shows in our reviews to our customers that they're getting top-notch service, which is what we're about. So,
good. Yeah, like I said, I've seen a lot of kind of good up front,
yep.
kind of not so much on the back
yep.
end,
yep.
stuff like that. So
yep.
You kind of mentioned earlier, I guess the point I'm going to make here is you kind of doing your due diligence beforehand before you do
yes.
business with someone, before
yes.
you do something.
Yes.
So someone's looking to buy a car, what should they be doing beforehand? Because you guys mentioned car sales a little bit.
Yep, absolutely. So we've got a service at Bob & Sons called a pre-buy inspection. So if someone in Derry is looking at buying a car in Manchester from somebody secondhand, this isn't a brand new car you're going to get from a dealer with a 5-year warranty. And they're looking to buy it, and they don't know enough about cars. They don't feel comfortable making this purchase, this multi-$1,000 purchase, without a second opinion. It's like, I like to parallel it with home buying. You don't buy a home without a home inspection. The mortgage company doesn't want you to because there's too much risk. Why would you buy a car without having it inspected by a reputable mechanic to say, yeah, there's not $2,000 worth of damage repairs under the surface here, that when you spend $3,000 on it, you need to put another $2,000 into it. So I would find a shop that's reputable that will do this service for you. Sometimes the dealer will bring it to the shop. We have some people out of state that can't come to actually pick up the car and bring it to us. So they'll say, listen, dealer X, would you mind bringing this car to Bob & Sons? They're going to look at it for me, take about an hour, hour and a half. You go get the car, they're going to send me a report. So we send a report via text and email with pictures, text as to the overall health of the car, any problems, any maintenance coming up that's going to need to be done. So I would do a pre-buy inspection. Along with that is a Carfax, right? We all know about the Fox.
Yeah.
So Carfax is a really great idea to do as well, because sometimes auto body shops can do a really good job of making it look brand new, and you might want to know if something's been in an accident or not. Also, Carfax does keep track of maintenance that's been done at reputable shops. So like if it comes to Bob & Sons and we do some maintenance on it, it gets recorded with Carfax, so you've got a history of the maintenance on the vehicle. So due diligence, preparation is key. So yeah, as many different sources as you can. If you buy it from someone secondhand and they've been maintaining it properly and they have all the receipts, that's who I like to buy from.
Yeah.
I know that they've got proof that they had the services done, they had the tune-ups done, they changed the brakes, whatever the case may be. But yeah, proof is in the pudding right there. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So I guess on the flip side of that, if you walk into a place and you see certain business practices, what would stand out as, okay, we should really take a step back and really look at that?
If you go to test drive or you go into you go to look at a vehicle and you get there and they say, well, you can't really go very far with the car, or you can't take it on the highway, or you're not allowed to test drive it. Well, why am I going to buy this vehicle if I can't test drive it? I want to see what it does, what it sounds like, if the engine's going to jump out of the vehicle or not. That's probably a sign that you should probably turn around and walk out the door. If you don't get greeted with just a simple smile, a handshake and a smile, we're glad to see you today, what can we do for you type thing. I always say, if you're not getting good customer service, it's time to go to the next place. There's no excuse for not giving a smile, a handshake, being courteous, good customer service. So that'd be my advice to people out there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, like I said, I used to work in car sales.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's number one.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
How are you? Yes, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad you're here. What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
Yeah.
Help them. So.
I love it.
It's so hard these days. We don't get great customer service, or it's not very common at a lot of places anymore. And so when you get it, it's like, wow, I really appreciate you guys going that extra mile to make me feel comfortable and care about what I'm going to be spending my money on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it also comes from both ends. One side hates car salesmen or mechanics. There's a very general level of distrust there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
How would you address that? Because I think that's a big
yeah,
area.
Yeah, absolutely is. Our industry has been very poor in being honest with customers, taking advantage of customers. So there is a certain level of distrust or hesitancy. I don't know you. How do I know I want to do business with you with my vehicle that I carry my family in?
Yeah.
That's very important for me to get to work, to make money, so that I can live. And so you need to really create that rapport and create that relationship with the person. We need to do a better job in our industry of just being honest, and this is what I'm going to do on your vehicle. This is what it's going to cost. Just being very upfront. No hidden fees, no hidden parts, no. This took me 5 minutes. I'm going to charge you 2 hours. That's not. I believe in karma, so it's going to come back around and get you anyway. So just treat people the way you want to be treated. It's the same thing I'm going through it right now with my house. I have a plumber coming over tomorrow. I don't want to get hosed for a $900 bill and he's there for an hour. I want to be treated fairly. So I like to treat people the way I want to be treated. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to say who. So, but I've seen that before and I've left dealerships that I've worked at because they're like, oh yeah, we're totally going to get this dude. And you're charging them like 4 times what it's supposed to be. Yeah. And they're like, oh, they have no idea. Yeah. I've seen that. That's why I asked.
That's why trust is such a ginormous part of our business. The customer or the client really needs to trust you. It's like going to their home. We have their car. It's a very personal place. And it needs to be safe. They need to know when they get it back that now I can drive on the highway at 65 miles an hour and no faster, that it's going to be safe and that you guys did everything that you said you were going to do, and the tires are on properly, the brakes are tightened, fastened properly, and it can be, the person doesn't know, right? They drop their car off, they go back to work. We have their vehicle for sometimes 6, 7, 8 hours, and if we were a dishonest company, we could say, it costs $2,000 and we really only cost like $200. But that's no way to treat people, So yeah.
I got it.
We wouldn't be in business for 55 plus years if we did that. That's just
Gotcha.
It wouldn't survive. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So, wow, that's a whole lot to cover in a short amount of time.
Yeah, certainly.
I'm trying to think of what we could actually pick apart as far as the industry goes. There's so much.
I think technology is a really big thing right now. So, well, it always is, but along the lines of good customer service is value. Am I getting the value that I deserve for what I'm paying? So, if a customer brings a car to Bob & Sons, just for, let's just say, a simple oil change, we do what's called a courtesy check or a courtesy inspection check. And so we've got a 55-point checklist that we're going to check on the vehicle, from whether we're doing a 20-minute, 30-minute oil change or a 2-hour brake job. And it goes through all the inside electronics, the drivability. We take it for a ride. We check the tires. We check the brakes. We do a suspension check. And we're able to, like I said earlier, we're able to text or email that to customers. If there's any problem spots, we can show them with a picture. One of your stabilizer links is broken half. We're not lying. That trust factor we were talking about, we're not making it up that it's broken. You can see it's plain as day. The two pieces are not connected. So technology has really, really helped our business in bridging that gap in trust with customers, because we can actually show with proof. Listen, you're 10 miles away at work, but this is what we found in your vehicle. This is what it's going to cost to fix it. Do you want us to go ahead? Yeah, it's as simple as a text. A lot of times people are in meetings, or they can't take 20 minutes to talk to you about the problems that are going on with their vehicle. So technology has been huge, and as well as diagnostic. Cars are getting more and more computers are going into vehicles.
Is actually what I was just thinking about. This is a good area to talk about, because just from the 1970s and before to now, cars are like entirely computerized.
Entirely.
I've seen some of the equipment we've used to diagnose cars, and you literally plug that into the little thing that reads codes, and it's like, oh, everything in the car is pull out, and you're like, I have no idea what's going on.
Right. No, exactly is right. And there's one clear distinction I want to make that's gets skewed a little bit by these bigger parts companies. Is there are little code scanners that you can plug into a car and get a code. That does not tell you exactly what's wrong with the vehicle. At Bob & Sons, we've got roughly, I'm not going to say how much, we've got a lot of money, in the tens of thousands of dollars, in scan tool diagnostic equipment. And you hook that to the vehicle's computer systems, and you're able to figure out which computer system has a problem, and then you can focus in on that system. Then you've got a diagnostic trouble chart you can follow to weed out what's not wrong and what is wrong. So it's very labor intensive. There's a lot of technology, a lot of brain power and manpower that goes into this, but technology is, the cars are getting more and more computers are going in, and we got backup cameras in all our cars, tire pressure monitors tell us our tire pressure is going low. It's getting borderline scary with autonomous vehicles where they can drive themselves. You drive down the highway and turn, and you see a Google car, and there's nobody in the driver's seat, and it's like, oh, that's a little trippy. The first time you see that, I've seen it once. It's trippy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because that brings up a whole nother area to get into. But I guess we'll start with just keeping up with all of it, like the constant advancement of cars and everything. And I'm not going to say this is what everyone thinks, but generally when people think of mechanics, they're like, oh, whatever, just a high school dropout.
Turning wrenches. That's right.
But there's actually a huge amount of technology that's picking up, so you have to be intelligent at the same time.
You have to be very intelligent. If you're a good technician, we're not mechanics anymore, we're automotive technicians.
Okay.
Just like there's no such thing as there's HVAC technicians. So there's a lot of continuing education. You're constantly doing online training, constantly going to courses, in-person courses on the latest and greatest technology. Hybrids, when those first came out, we had no idea what that was. We had to learn how they were built, how they were run, the batteries inside them. Those batteries, they only have a 10-year life on them. So when that battery goes bad, that's just $5,000 just for the part, you got to figure out how to handle that. We're talking voltage that can kill somebody. So you're going to know how to handle that. So you need to, we had 2 8-hour-day courses on how to properly handle those, how to diagnose problems going on with those types of vehicles. So now we got electric vehicles. Hydrogen's not as advanced, but that's on the horizon. Autonomous vehicles. So yeah, continuing education is massive. I mean, the amount of time and money that goes into education for technicians, and then tools and technology to diagnose these problems is astronomical. It's very, very high. It's very, very high. But you have to be up with it. If you're one of these companies that's going to rely on the knowledge you already have, and you'll just kind of learn as you go, you're gonna get lost in the shuffle. You need to be very fast. You need to be up on the frontier of what's breaking. So we're constantly scouring media outlets and magazines, and we subscribe to 20 different car magazines as to different technologies that are coming out, even parts. Even parts are just changing. Just the components that are going into brake pads and where they're being sourced from outside the country, and it's fascinating. We could talk for 4 hours about cars, and we wouldn't even scratch the surface. There's a lot to touch on, but
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're actually coming pretty close to the time here. So had a lot of fun. Thank you for joining me on the show.
I appreciate you having me. It was a great time.
Yeah, definitely enjoyed it. So thank you all very much for watching today, and until next time.